Happy Monday and welcome back to another video training on Google AdWords basic training. This is part 5 of this series. It's being brought to you by Cash from datatechnologyllc.com. So let's get into it. About our company, we are Cash Data Consulting LLC. We are based in Dallas, Texas. We are experts in search engine optimization, Google AdWords, AdSense, and analytics. Currently, we, among other specials, we do have a $100 credit towards Google AdWords that you can use. This special is available only for the next 30 days, so feel free to contact us for that or any other information that you need at info@datatechnologyllc.com. So that's just a little promo about our company. As for today's agenda, before we jump into this, we will do a quick review from last time, but today we will be concentrating on billing tab that we have not looked at, and then we are going to look at a bunch of cool features under the reports tab. We will look at change history, add preview option, then the keyword tool that we have already covered, but we'll go over that again. Traffic estimator, Google Analytics, we'll just touch up a little bit on it. It's actually a pretty complex tool, so we may have to do another series on that. And then finally we'll talk about conversion. So as for its billing tab, really there's two main options under it. One is the billing preferences. We will not show you this one, but essentially when you set up Google AdWords, you will fill in your credit card information. This will be the account that Google will charge as it's displaying your ads. Also your company address, and if you are trying to use one of the coupons I mentioned, this will be the place you will enter that. And then we will kind of go over billing summary briefly. So enough talk, and let's jump to some action. So I am currently logged into my Google AdWords. We've been mostly concentrating on the campaigns tool. I will jump to billing, and then I will select billing summary. Now what this one does is this is a reporting, think of it as a reporting tool. It really tells you what kind of activity are you getting from your ads, and also it tells you your balance. Right now our balance is $24.69. You can see on this last campaign that we've been running from May 1 through May 31, we had a few clicks. It basically sums up all the charges. You can actually count the clicks here, so it looks like we have 5 and 10, 16 clicks last month, and then obviously this month we are getting a few more clicks as we have been tweaking our campaign ad that we have been showing you through the video series. So a little bit of information here on your billing, and this updates pretty much daily. If you do select one of these, it will essentially take you to another tab with not a whole lot of information, but tells you that which campaign are you running. This is essentially the cost. Our cost per day is set at $9, but that's the average. So if let me go back to this, you will notice that some days it's less than 9. We just had one click this one particular day. So the average that we have set up for this campaign is $9, but it will sort of like go up and down and adjust as it needs to. So that is pretty much what we wanted to mention about the billing tab. Moving on to the next important information, which is on its title here is reports. So this is a really cool area in Google AdWords. Lots of information in here. We will essentially try to cover. I apologize, I had to take a phone call, so I had to pause the video, but I'm back. Like I was mentioning, lots of reports in here, and we will try to get to a lot of these today. And I believe we'll have one more session and we'll just wrap things up in that session. So let's go ahead and go down this list. We are going to look at change history. This is nice because as you're adding and changing features in Google AdWords, this will sort of track that. It's almost like a source control kind of. Where you can kind of see, okay, what did I do on a particular day. The next one is ad preview. This is nice you can put in a keyword and see if your ad is showing and how does it look. We will look at the keyword tool that, like I mentioned, we've already looked at, but we'll go over that. We'll look at traffic estimator, which lets you enter essentially the keywords and see what kind of traffic you should get that day. Google Analytics, powerful tool. We'll briefly touch on that on this topic, and then finally we'll talk about conversion, which is important if you are trying to essentially sell products or services and you need some kind of verification to see, well, is this really working or is it just a lot of BS? So let me switch to essentially AdWords again. We went over the billing. Now we're going to go to reporting tools. It's most of the stuff. Before I do that, in fact, let me go back to campaigns, and there were just a few things I want to sort of recap and hash out. We have had a little bit more activity under the keywords, so let me just spend a couple of minutes in here. As you can see, I'm sorting by clicks, and then so if you have had more, let me switch this to our selected campaign because we got some old stuff in here. But anyway, so we have had more clicks, definitely getting more CTR in here, and then we have had another conversion right here, by the way, for this keyword, which is SQL Server 2008 video. So if you remember, this was one of the keywords that we had added a few days back manually. One of them is here, and then I believe the tool had suggested that we do that. So definitely keep that in mind, that once you have your initial list of keywords, play around with it and see if you can maybe modify that. And another thing I like about this conversion is that the first page bid is only 125, so this is a lot lower than some of the other pages that we have been working with. What I'm going to actually do is create a filter in here and try to get rid of some of the other keywords that are not performing. So I'm going to go to filter, create filter. Now let's expand this option here. We already have one item selected. I'm going to add another, and let me go with item as clicks equal to 0. What that means basically is that we are trying to get rid of any of the keywords that are not getting any action. So I'm going to go ahead and you can save this filter if you wanted to. I'm simply going to go ahead and apply this. Okay, so these are all the keywords that I have had no action so far. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get rid of all of them. So I will click here on the top, okay, and then pretty much change the status to delete. And it says, oh, you want to get rid of this? I'll be like, go for it, man, make my day. Okay, so that's done. Now if I go back to my campaigns and then I do my keywords, I may have to take that other filter out. Okay, so now really I'm down to the keywords that are actually performing. Okay, so this will kind of clean the clutter, if you will. And then if you even wanted to go a step further, maybe I would even get rid of some of the ones that are not showing up that Google doesn't think are that important. So maybe some of these ones, or you could get rid of some of these high ones that are hardly ever shown. But just wanted to mention that real briefly. So now we can go back to the billing, I'm sorry, not the billing, the reporting and tools, and we will go to the change history, which again, like I mentioned, this is going to go ahead and track any of the changes that you have done on your account. I'm not going to go ahead and spend a whole lot of time here, but nevertheless wanted to show you the changes that it will load up. So notice that today is June 6, 2011, right about 1:50. It actually went ahead and included that as well. The one we just did, we deleted 29 keywords. It goes back in time. It tells you, what have you been doing. Notice that we have made quite a few changes. In fact, we had changed our CPC from 3 to 2, and you can even go a step further and if you wanted to see, well, what was added. Okay, so on May 27, 17 keywords were added. So let's go ahead and select those. And so here's what all was added to our campaign. So a nice little tool to have. Definitely will give you more information as you're playing around with your campaigns and trying to change things. You definitely want to keep this feature in mind. And then that's all I wanted to talk about this one. Moving on to the conversion. Actually, we'll come back to the conversion in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the keyword tool, or actually I'm sorry, the ad preview. So let me switch back to this one again. So I will go back to reporting and I will go to ad preview, and it's certainly possible that my ads may have been stopped already, but let me see. I think SQL 2008 tutorial is one of them, I know for sure. Okay, so again, like I said, it says your ads are showing. No, your ad is not showing. We are only showing because of your budget. Okay, so I think my budget is already reached its limit, if you will, but this is, again, on the bottom is showing you how Google looks like. You can obviously do this on Google, but if you wanted to test things out, you could definitely do that. So that is this tool is called the ad preview and diagnosis. And again, you can there's other options you can try in here, language and whatnot. You could search for other countries, different languages maybe. But so that is that. Then let's move on to the keyword tool. And I believe this is, yeah, so this is what we have already. We have already looked at this one, but needless to say, this is highly important tool. So again, if you don't remember or you have not seen our other video session, essentially what you can do, there are two things you can do in here. You can put in a keyword. So SQL Server is one of the tools we look at, or we've been working with essentially, or another one is SQL 2008 server training. Let's say those are our two keywords. I can go ahead and hit search. What this is going to do is it's not only going to tell you how many times these terms are being. Thank you for watching the sample video.